confident, right?
We'll live.
You have confidence going?
We will live.
We will survive. We are survivors, okay? Hit the OK button. Hit the start streaming button.
Oh. Watch broadcast live. Oh, shit. Got the notification. Oh, shit, son.
Are we live?
Yeah.
It just got real.
Hello, friends and family on the YouTube. We are live.
What's up, bitches?
What is up?
Yeah, hopefully you guys were following us on ESPN 1, and now we're on ESPN 2.
We're on ESPN the Ocho.
We have 25 minutes here. I will be in the chat section. If you guys want to talk up, we're doing a little bit of a mock draft, but we've already gone past the Giants, so no one gives two shits anymore. It's just the truth.
We did the first 23 picks.
We did the first 23 picks, and
they're all pissed.
And then we fell asleep.
And they're all pissed that I picked Jared Davis.
Yes.
Yeah, we got mad at Tim's pick, and we're like, fuck this, we're not doing this anymore.
What up, Matthew? I see you here. What's up? We have a few people trickling in.
Nice. Well, let's finish up the draft just so we see how wrong we were. Come draft time. We only got, 2 picks left? 3 picks?
Yeah, you two guys take it over. I'll talk to everyone on the YouTube.
Okay, who we got left? Well, what pick we on?
I think you got the Falcons, bro. It's the Falcons and the Saints.
Yeah, we only had
the last 2 picks? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, shit, if it fell this way, I'm thinking, now I almost wanted to take your boy, Zach Cunningham, with his pick. But I'm going to have to say, with the people left, I'm going to go David Njoku, tight end, Miami. Fill out Falcons roster.
Njoku.
Keep it right in the middle.
Well, that leaves me with the last pick of the first round, and the Saints always need defensive help. I think the Saints are going to sign Adrian Peterson, so that eliminates any running backs from this situation. Offensive line, yeah, they can use some help there, but you know what? I don't see anybody here that's as good as this kid on the offensive line. I think this kid's a steal this late. I want the Giants to get him, Zach Cunningham.
There you go.
Round.
That closes out the first round.
That's good picks.
Yeah.
In our mock draft, it's all over the place compared, but you never know.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of the mock drafts. They're all over the place, and it's really unpredictable. And honestly, I do stop after the Giants go. I have confirmation that the audio is up and running. We are live on YouTube. Thank you, everyone. Audio is perfect. We're getting awesome. Yeah, we're working hard on this. What do you guys think about the little scroll we got going on?
Yeah, I love that. Cash now, how about that?
All right.
So, what do you guys think about Jared Davis being a linebacker for the Giants?
I mean, if they took him, I wouldn't be upset. I like that kid. I just think that for what they have, I think they want. I think that kid's more of a project. He's a raw athlete. You know, he's a good player. I don't know, dude. I got a thing for Zach Cunningham. I want this kid bad. I think that if you put him in back of that defensive line, that he would just be a perfect fit, be able to get sideline to sideline. But hey, they ended up with if they ended up with Adams, then by all means, bring him in. Let's roll.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, like I said, I've been reading up on it, and I keep hearing comparisons to Ray Lewis on Jarrett Davis.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, hey, I'm all for it.
Well, it also depends on how much they really like Goodson. I mean, if they feel there's more of a need at the weak side than there is right now at the strong side, how much does that sway their decision to, if they like Goodson that much, the kid they drafted last year, then, do you draft a guy that's pretty much going to be your middle linebacker? Because if you draft him, now you got,
100%.
now he's a middle linebacker.
And that's where I'm at with and that's what I'm questioning with the linebackers is, if you take a linebacker, you're pretty much telling me that you're not happy or you're not necessarily sold on B.J. Goodson. You're sold on Keenan Robinson. You gave him a contract. You're good to go.
No, I don't consider if you take a middle linebacker, I feel like that. Like I feel like if you take a middle linebacker, like okay, then you're not sold on Goodson. And you sign Robinson. I think the Robinson signing is a good signing because I think they use him based on matchups.
Yeah,
there's no
absolutely.
starters. There's no starters anymore, guys. I mean, if a team comes out with a 3 wide receiver set, you're not playing your base 4-3. You're coming out in your nickel. So offenses are dictating what defenses are going to do. So all you can do is load up on talent and athletes and then try to match these offenses in given situations. That's it. So when you look at the roster, and you would say to yourself, okay, well, in passing situations, who are going to be my nickel corners? And last year they did a good job of it, and you're getting J.T. Thomas back this year, hopefully healthy. But Casillas and Robinson were those guys, and they did a damn good job doing it. But in base packages, if they were to draft a guy like Adams, then it tells me that they don't think Goodson is ready. From all I'm seeing and reading, they think Goodson is ready. So if they think Goodson is ready and you have your middle linebacker spot and you're not concerned about that, when you get to the pick, if you have Adams ranked higher on your board than Cunningham, does the need and fit overcome where you have the guy ranked on the board? We'll never know that. All we're going to know is the pick. And then they're going to come out and tell us a whole bunch of, whatever they want to tell us.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Oh, he was our number one on our board. Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's it. They're not going to come out and be like, fuck, we got this guy.
It would be awesome if they came out and was like, hey, fucking Eagles had to trade up in front of us, get our fucking guy.
Yeah. You can't do that. You have to play like you knew.
You do this all the time.
Yeah, you have to play it like you knew that guy was going to be sitting on that board when you got there, and everybody in the room was calm, and it was a no-brainer, and it was just like, hey, this guy, that's our guy.
That was the plan the whole time.
You don't want to come out and be like,
real reactions.
Fuck,
I love real reactions.
Saying? Like this fucking guy and that fucking guy went, and then once this guy went, we were like, fuck. I mean, you can't do that.
Now, what do you guys think, honestly, after looking at the draft, and I've seen them, there's a good chance we're going to have a chance at him. Peppers, do we take him?
No.
If he gets down to us?
No.
You just say straight up no? You tell me
Spagnuolo
couldn't put him all over the defense?
I think you have guys that you could put all over the defense. I think there's better players than him in the top 23. I don't have him in my top 23 players. I think he's a second-round pick. Quite possibly
really?
A third-round pick. I do.
See,
I think he gets.
Like
he's going to get exploited. I think he's going to get exploited in coverage at the next level. I'm sorry. It's just my humble opinion. I could be wrong. You could blast me, whatever. We'll see. I've been wrong before. I've been right before. I'm not losing any sleep. It's just a humble opinion. I think that I think he's going to be exposed in coverage. I really do.
And you could totally be right. But the thing is, he doesn't need to be a shutdown corner. He can learn safety. I mean, he could literally be our backups for either position because, it's going to be Thompson or Collins. All he's got to be is a linebacker / safety. Cover tight ends.
I think that he could be a weapon, because I think that you can use him in situations on special teams. I think you can use him on offense. He's great with the ball in his hands. I think you can use him in certain situations. But if you're talking about a first-round pick. So if I'm talking about, when I look at him, I see a gadget guy, a guy that could be a home run hitter, a guy that may develop into something. But right now, if you're telling me I'm lining him in the slot against some of the better tight ends and the better slot wide receivers in the league, I just don't think he can cover them guys. I've seen some film on him where in some of the games against better competition where he just can't. He makes plays in big moments, and that's great. But in the NFL on that level, consistently, you could be exposed. And I don't know if he's a first-round pick. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, the one thing is, I talked to when me and Marco had our, two-man show when you didn't want to show up one night. The one thing, I'm big on Mike Mayock is one of the guys I actually trust as far as his analysis and shit. Just because I've seen him over the years, and he's pretty spot on with a lot of people. He has Peppers as number one safety. Over Hooker and over Adams.
I think Mike Mayock's mentally retarded. That's just my humble opinion.
He's a former Giant.
Yeah, that's just my humble opinion, though. I don't hold anything he said. I consider him in the same class as Ron Jaworski. The minute they say something, if they pick a team or they have an opinion, I'll bet the other way.
Humble opinion. Is there a reason why you have this grudge against Mayock?
No, I got a grudge against all these fucking mock guys. Every one of them. Because it's overkill, it's too much, and all you're doing is guessing. You're not guessing any more than fucking I'm guessing, or you're guessing, or Marco is guessing, or Justin would guess if he was with us tonight. It's a guess. You look at these players, you form an opinion on them, and then you give your opinion based on what your opinion of the team needs in that position. None of these fucking guys know what their teams are really thinking. It's a guessing game. The teams aren't calling Mel Kiper and being like, hey, Mel, guess what? I really use a tight end at 12. It's not fucking happening. So it's a guessing game, and these guys come off like they fucking know. Like, oh, you have to take this guy here. And then even when guys get drafted and they drop, they're like, oh, how do you let this guy drop? It's like, these teams have opinions, they do their research, they do their background, and they don't know anybody's explanations besides their fan base on what happened.
Hey, Jerry.
So I don't Mayock and Kiper and the other one and whatever the fuck his name is, the little blonde-haired little douchebag that runs around. I got no patience for him.
Little blondie.
Little Tom McShay.
What's that one? Who's the little sissy Mary that runs around? What's his name? It's Kiper, and then he fights with Kiper all the time.
Todd McShay.
Oh, Todd McGay. Todd McGay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Well, now you guys know that James has a big problem with analysts.
Todd McShay.
How dare you?
No, it's just bullshit. It's like how many I mean these every week. It's the new mock draft. Oh, the new mock draft. Oh, what have you learned? What differently have you learned on top of all the other fucking information that you know in the last 6 days that now changed this entire draft around Todd McGay? Answer my question.
I learned that we have to send a marijuana bong mass combination to O.J. Howard because that's the only way he will get down to the Giants. That's what I've learned.
Well, send them to me, too. Send one to me, and I'll sample it with O.J. Howard. O.J., you're more than
that
welcome
would be
to come
pretty
over.
awesome if you were the reason that O.J. Howard slipped.
It's just all of a sudden a video arises of O.J. Howard in like a room, and I come walking in behind him with a blunt, and I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Howard, what's up, man?" And he's looking. Next thing you know, it's like, "Oh, he's dropping like a stone." Giants take him at 23. Phenomenal.
Right.
Just drop the video the night before. Don't give him a chance to.
All right,
Marco just has to sign a contract saying he'll bail me out. That's all. I just need that.
All right, let's go through some of these comments. We got Mondo Rocco. Is that a fellow Paisan? I'm not sure.
Hey, Paisan, Baba Ganoush.
He thinks we have to take Cam Robinson. It's not a sexy pick, but it's what is needed.
He wasn't available when I drafted.
I'm in general.
I mean, I'm not opposed to Cam Robinson being drafted at 23, but I think it depends on who's on the board and who gets taken ahead of us. You know, if there's other players, I personally don't like any of these offensive linemen that people are talking about in the first round. So I don't want to reach and say, all right, we just got to take a lineman. You just got to take a lineman. Because if the lineman sucks, then you're just reaching and taking a lineman because you need one. So, you're hearing things that the Giants like some of these linemen, that they don't like. You don't know what's true. You don't know what's not. I got a feeling this year, guys, that we're drafting a linebacker. I just got a strange feeling that they want to get a guy that can get sideline to sideline with Goodson and Shepard and Casillas and Kennard. If you can get another guy in there that can get sideline to sideline and wreak some havoc in the backfield, no matter who it is, I think there's a bevy of guys that you could pick from at 23. I think that's where they're going. I really do. I think it's linebacker.
All right. No Limit Blaze says thoughts on Patrick Mahomes.
What do you say about Mahomes?
What do we think? What do we think about Mahomes?
I like him.
Mahomes is good. I wouldn't take him.
I like Mahomes.
We're not
he's a good prospect, but yeah, I don't think the Giants. I mean,
not for any.
I don't know, guys.
Right?
Yeah, not at 23. Not in the first round. I mean, definitely not in the first round.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see, not at 23. Let's see, Antoine.
Fourth round back. If you can get me a quarterback, a prospect from fourth round and back, if you can get me Chad Kelly in the seventh round, sign me up.
Antoine Campbell, what do you, Antoine Campbell? Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. How do we think about Landon Collins in his third year? Oh, I'm psyched.
Yeah, sky's the limit.
He's Mr. New York Giant. Well, I'm all in on Landon Collins now. I was a doubter in the beginning. I was a doubter in the beginning. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, this dude can't cover for shit when I saw him at Alabama. But obviously he works on his game, so I'm all for it.
One of the first pictures I ever saw of Landon Collins after he was drafted by the Giants was a picture that was taken, I guess, when he first showed up at the complex. And it was him. It was a picture from behind of the back of his head staring at the 4 Lombardi trophies. And I watched an interview shortly thereafter that took place at the facility as well. And you just got the feeling that he just got it, that he just understood the tradition. He understood what Giants football was about, and that he was excited to get an opportunity, and that we traded up to get him. I think when you look at the jump he made from year 1 to year 2, we should be salivating about what he could potentially be moving forward. I don't think he's reached his peak yet, guys.
Especially with Thompson being on the side of him this next year.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
And just growing. The game gets to a point where it just, after a while, you take that jump from year 1 to year 2. Now, the first year you're trying to play catch-up mentally. Now the game's caught up. And I think a big part of the growth stems from, and this goes back to conversations about Geno Smith and about franchises themselves and how they're ran. The fact that he's playing now in the same system for another season, and it's not a new defensive coordinator, an entirely new defensive system, an entirely new coach. He's under the same people and the same tutelage and the same coaches now for another year. You can't speak to the level of growth that provides a player.
Okay, next one on the board is what do we think about going into year 2 for Sterling Shepard?
Big things. Well, I think the addition of Brandon Marshall helps Sterling Shepard. I think a lot of Giant fans don't want to hear this, but I think Sterling Shepard was held back by Victor Cruz.
100%. What I was going to say.
I don't think Victor. I don't think Victor Cruz can get open anymore. And I think defenses knew that Sterling Shepard was more of a threat than Victor Cruz, so they were able to, do things in the middle of the field to, keep Shepard from, really creating some havoc. I think the addition of Marshall on the outside now does wonders and opens things up for Shepard, where you can see him maybe not take the same leap as Collins, where it's going to be Offensive Player of the Year or these huge numbers because he's the third guy in the pecking order. But in reference to just being a weapon, he could be phenomenal. He should take a huge jump this season.
All right, we got 4 minutes left in this. Let's see. Any other questions? Shoot them in.
Schedule drops tomorrow. Where do we want to open up?
Dallas.
In Dallas?
Have we done that before?
We've been there and done that before.
Several times?
Yeah.
You
think we're going to be prime time? You think we'll be prime time, or you think we'll be
we open
just
up
on a Sunday afternoon?
We open up prime time against Dallas. We made the biggest splash this offseason in getting Brandon Marshall. We're opening up prime time.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be prime. It's going to be prime time. We're going to open up.
Huh.
And
all right. I like that.
What do we think about how did Janoris Jenkins play? Played like a beast, man. He earned his money. Everyone said, Jerry Reese is overspent for him. I don't think so. Seems appropriate to me.
I like his attitude. He wants that number 1 wide receiver. He wants to take him out. I love it.
And what do we think about, from D's Nuts, what do we think about Romeo?
Romeo? Talking about Bill O'Reilly?
I think he's talking.
Who the hell?
Said Romeo.
Who the fuck is Romeo? Oh, Aquara?
Aquara.
All these Giant fans, man, this guy has 2 good games they get a hard on for a whole offseason for him. They want to just be like, all right, make this guy the starter. Listen, Aquara is a nice piece. Let's see how he develops. He had 1 really good game against the Cowboys. Other than that, he was okay. He wasn't a standout. So let's see what happens, and hopefully he could take another step. But don't be counting on him to be the next coming of Michael Strahan, for Christ's sakes.
And it reminds me of other news guys. OD
like Matt Lacoste.
Were the workouts today? He did not retire.
No, he did not. He's not heartbroken.
He still might be heartbroken, but he was playing football today. And you know what?
All right,
he'll be fine.
It's going to be a big season for OD Kizua. Big season.
Next
2-minute warning.
2 minutes left in. Next question is, how many more seasons for Eli?
4.
3.
I give him
6.
4.
I'm saying 3.
6. Man. 60 years. No, the correct answer is probably, honestly, he probably has 4 years left.
I'd say 4 to 5 years, yeah.
You think it'll be a point where they'll have to sit him down mid-season, or he's just not going to come back the next season? He won't resign. Is it going to get ugly, is the question.
They'll make it where it's his choice.
You hope not.
Unless he just has
you hope it
that
doesn't.
shitty of a season where it's just like, no, Eli, you need to sit the fuck down.
If his play becomes to a point where this is a big season for him, okay? Because if his play, yeah, it was a big season for him because, you know, coming off of last year, you know, the talent is around him now where there's no excuses now. It's time to, you know, get to the playoffs and make a run here. And it's a big season for him because of how much fucking money he's making. And that contract isn't forever.
All right, YouTube, we have 23 seconds left in. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. We'll see you next Wednesday. We'll probably get on a little earlier, but we're getting kicked off
Next Thursday, draft night.
Oh, that's right. We're going to go live during the draft. Maybe I'll figure out how to do both at the same time. Maybe it won't explode since today went so well. All right.
You're going to do both of them at the same time? On that note, have a good night.